अस्सलाम वालेकुम नाज़रीन, मां है रज़ाक मसन वाजे पंहिंजे प्रोग्राम कैनेडा टाइम में अॼु जंहिं असां जंहिं इशू ते ॻाल्हाईंदासीं उहो ख़ासि तौर ते जॾहिं तव्हां सिंध जे अंदरि या पाकिस्तान जे अंदरि जेके मसइला मसाइल ॾिसो था उन में सभ खां वॾो जेको इशू आहे उहो आहे माण्हुनि जे हक़नि जो। जॾहिं माण्हुनि खे हक़ नथा मिलनि त उहे माण्हू जेके आहिनि उहो पंहिंजो पाण हिकिड़ो परेशानी जो सबबु बि थिए थो ऐं गॾो गॾु जेके आहिनि उते जेकॾहिं हक़नि जी ॻाल्हि कजे त कंहिं बि जेकॾहिं फैक्टर में हलियो वञे, कंहिं बि सेक्टर में तव्हां हलिया वञो, उते कंहिं बि क़िस्म जा माण्हुनि खे कोई हक़ कोन था मिलनि। उहे चाहे औरतुनि जा हक़ हुजनि, उहे चाहे जेके आहिनि उहे माण्हुनि जा हक़ हुजनि, उहे मर्दनि जा हक़ हुजनि, या कंहिं बि जेकॾहिं तव्हां हुन में वञो था त किथे बि जेको आहे सो माण्हुनि खे पंहिंजे हक़नि जी जेका आहे हासिलात जे लाइ ॾाढी जेका आहे उहो भोगना करणी थी पवे। पर हिते जेको आहे जॾहिं हितां जी ॻाल्हि कयूं था त हिते तव्हां ॾिसंदव त जेकॾहिं कंपेयर कयो हितां जे जानवरनि खे बि, त हिते जानवरनि खे बि उतां जे माण्हुनि खां वधीक हक़ आहिनि। पर गॾो गॾु हितां जूं जेके ॿियूं कम्यूनिटीज़ आहिनि, ख़ासि तौर ते जेकॾहिं तव्हां पाण ॻाल्हि ॿोल कयूं LGBT जी, त LGBT जा जेके राइट्स आहिनि उहे बि सभ खां वधीक आहिनि। अॼु इन LGBT जे राइट्स ते पाण ॻाल्हाईंदासीं। हिकिड़ी प्राइड आहे जेका असांजे शहर में थियण पई वञे। उन प्राइड जे अंदरि तव्हां ॾिसंदव त जितां जितां जी उहा प्राइड गुज़रे थी त माण्हू उन्हनि खे सॼे शहर जा माण्हू ॿाहिरि निकिरी अचे कीअं उन्हनि खे वेलकम कनि था, न बल्कि उन्हनि खे वेलकम कनि था ऐं उन्हनि खे ॿुधाइनि था त असां तव्हां सां ऐं तव्हांजी कम्यूनिटी सां गॾु आहियूं। अचो त उन्हनि माण्हुनि सां बि ॻाल्हायूं, कम्यूनिटी जे माण्हुनि सां बि ॻाल्हायूं ऐं उन्हनि माण्हुनि सां बि ॻाल्हायूं जेके हिन प्राइड जो हिसो थियनि था ऐं ख़ुशीअ सां जेको आहे पंहिंजी हिन ख़ुशीअ खे सेलिब्रेट कनि था। अचो त तव्हांखे ॻाल्हायूं।
आज प्राइड सेलिब्रेट किया जा रहा है। प्राइड जो है वो अपने आप में एक बहुत ही खूबसूरत त्यौहार है जिसको कनाडा में लोग बड़े दिल खुश होकर बनाते हैं।
One more block.
हम जो है हम कोशिश करते हैं कि जितने भी लोग एट रिस्क हैं या फिर जो लोग करंटली रह रहे हैं HIV के साथ या और किसी सेक्सुअल ट्रांसमिटेड इन्फेक्शन के साथ, तो हम उसके लिए अवेयरनेस, जागरूकता ये सब फैलाते हैं। तो प्राइड जो है वो हमारे लिए एक तरीके से प्रायोरिटी पॉपुलेशन है। प्रायोरिटी पॉपुलेशन के साथ साथ ना ही सिर्फ सेक्सुअल इन्फेक्शन के बारे में हम बात करते हैं, इसके साथ साथ हम हार्म रिडक्शन सप्लाईज़ भी देते हैं। हार्म रिडक्शन सप्लाईज़ जो है उसकी फ़िलासफ़ी ये है कि जो भी लोग ड्रग यूज़ करते हैं एक्टिव स्टेज में, तो उनसे ये हो कि अगर वो किसी और के साथ वो अपना इक्विपमेंट शेयर ना करे तो वो बहुत ही बेहतरीन चीज़ है। उसी की हमारी एक कोशिश जारी है। उसके साथ साथ हम HIV सेल्फ टेस्टिंग किट्स भी प्रोवाइड करते हैं हमारी सारी पॉपुलेशन के लिए, जिसका फ़ायदा ये है कि आप घर बैठे बैठे एक कोविड किट की तरह जान सकते हैं कि किसी को HIV का कोई ख़तरा तो नहीं है। मैं जो हूँ, मैं पान में एज अ मैनेजर काम करता हूँ ऑफ एजुकेशन। मेरे अंडर 4 प्रोग्राम चलते हैं, उसमें से एक रेनबो यूथ प्रोग्राम है जो कि बहुत ही दिल खोल के प्राइड के अंदर भागीदारी निभाता है। रेनबो यूथ प्रोग्राम जो है वो उम्र 13 से 23 साल के बच्चों के लिए है जो अपने आप को LGBTQ+ कम्युनिटी में मायने रखते हैं। उसके अलावा हमारे पास एक और प्रोग्राम है जिसका नाम है GBMSN, जो कि है गे बाइसेक्सुअल मैन हु हैव सेक्स विद मैन। उसके अंदर हम जागरूकता फैलाते हैं, अवेयरनेस, हाउ टू प्रिवेंट एंड डायग्नोज अर्ली इन्फेक्शन ऑफ HIV, हेपेटाइटिस C एंड अदर सेक्सुअल ट्रांसमिटेड इन्फेक्शन। कहने को कनाडा बहुत ही LGBTQ+ फ्रेंडली कंट्री है, लेकिन अब भी कई लोग हैं जो इस चीज़ को उभर के नहीं बता पाते हैं। हम जो हैं लगभग जून से लेकर सितंबर तक इस पूरे टाइम में ये कोशिश करते हैं कि जहाँ जहाँ प्राइड के इवेंट्स होते हैं, ना कि सिर्फ पीटरबरो में बट उसके आसपास के जितने भी इलाके हैं, चाहे वो जितने छोटे से छोटा शहर क्यों ना हो, हम जाते हैं। हम ऐसे बूथ लगाते हैं जहाँ हम अवेयरनेस फैलाते हैं कि हम क्या क्या सप्लाईज़ आप सबको प्रोवाइड कर सकते हैं। उसके साथ ही साथ पान जो है एक कॉन्फिडेंशियल प्लेस है। यहाँ पे हर तरीके के लोग, हर तरीके की जेंडर आइडेंटिटी, हर तरह की जेंडर एक्सप्रेशन आते हैं। हम उनसे बैठते हैं, उनसे बात करते हैं कि आप बताएं आपके हम किस तरीके से सहायता कर सकते हैं। तो हमारे जितने भी प्रोग्राम हैं उस सब में हम बहुत ही ज़्यादा प्राइड फ्रेंडली हैं, LGBTQ+ फ्रेंडली हैं, और यही हमारा एक मकसद है। जब से प्राइड स्टार्ट हुआ है हमारी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन भी जब से चल रही है, लगभग आधे से ज़्यादा जितना भी हमारा वर्कफोर्स है, दोज आर द पीपल हु बिलोंग टू द कम्युनिटी ऑफ प्राइड एंड दैट्स व्हाई वी सेलिब्रेट। मैसेज यही है साहब सबके लिए कि लव इज़ लव, लव कनकर्स ऑल, और दिस इज़ द 21st century, दिस इज़ द century of love, and we should all come forward and help people who need it, because after all, love is something that will unite us all.
I'm a drag queen from Peterborough, Ontario, right here smack in the P dot. Been doing this for about 18 to 20 years, And this is my first time back in the parade in many years because I'm usually working during this time in nuclear plants, if you can believe that. It's true. So here I am on a sunny day, joined with more than 67 floats today, if you can believe that. More than 67, I understand. Yes.
Oh, okay.
And I just marched in front of the marching band, which was fantastic. We closed out the parade, and everybody along the parade route was so supportive and happy. The energy was amazing.
What do you think?
Absolutely. We have to have the choice. If we don't have the choice, then what are we doing? We need the freedom. We need the opportunity to explore ourselves, to expand, to grow. Well, if anybody's thinking about doing drag, I say go for it. Just jump right in. Don't worry about how you look right off the bat. Everybody needs to start somewhere. I started out with 2 little soccer balls in my chest instead of the real things. So what I have now are some prosthetics, and they get nice and perky up there. But don't worry about that. That'll all come in time. Get yourself some makeup. Just start somewhere and have some fun with it.
Sure, yeah, I'm having a great time here. It's great to see so many people from the community come out and support a good cause, especially being a part of the trans community. It's great to see everyone come out and show their support. I think it's helping because it allows all different people that come from, you know, all different orientations and identities to really come out and just show their support together, and you can really get a sense of how much the community is on your side for you to just come out and be able to be yourself. Yeah, I think like it sets a good example for the international community as well. I don't really know though. I think I don't know. I hope that it eventually will get to the point where other countries can have things like this and feel safe in their community. But you know, all we can do is just keep having one every year and just hoping that it catches on.
I'm so glad to see everyone. All of my friends are here. All of my coworkers are here, and it's just really nice to see everyone I care about come together and celebrate love. And it's working, coming out with my coworkers as well is great, so that we're letting the young people that we work with know that we accept them for who they are, and that we will support them no matter what. Yeah, so I'm a placement student at the Yes Shelter for Youth and Families here in Peterborough, and we support youth ages 16 to 24 who are experiencing homelessness. And unfortunately, about 40% of the youth homelessness population identifies as LGBTQ2S+. So there are a lot of young people who are trans or non-binary or who are gay who end up being kicked out of their homes or they end up leaving home due to family breakdown. And a lot of them end up on the street. And so it's really important that the Yes Shelter comes out and shows that we are here to support young people who are queer, and to let them know that we are here for them. Yeah, so Peterborough, there are still a lot of issues with homophobia and transphobia. I know my roommate just the other day was walking home and had slurs said towards them. So it's definitely an ongoing issue here in Peterborough. There's still a lot of hate, but as you can see, there's also a lot of people who are supportive and loving, and I'm so glad that we get to come together and show each other how much we care for each other. Yeah, I mean, the youth and like LGBTQ youth face different struggles than, of course, the older population. But one thing that's definitely a constant is that there's a high risk of suicide for trans people, and that's due to the hate that is still ongoing here in Peterborough. Unfortunately, there are not as many older queer people for our youth to look up to, in part because we have lost them to suicide or we have lost them to hate crimes, right? And so I'm just glad that we're creating a space where hopefully someday that won't be happening anymore. There's still a lot of work to do, but this is a huge step. Keep fighting, hold on to hope. You are loved, we love you, and I truly believe that we will all be able to find our place in this world. And it's definitely, I can't really speak to what it's like to live outside of Canada. I know there's a lot of places in the world where you can still even be killed for being gay or trans. But I think that the world is still changing, and I think that there's always going to be people everywhere in the world, no matter where you are, there's going to be someone who is open and accepting, and it's just about us coming together and finding those people and bringing out.
We are midwives at the Kawartha Community Midwives here in Peterborough. I guess we're here because it's just really exciting and fun to be part of this community and to celebrate all of our clients. We just want to make sure everyone feels like they know that they can access the kind of care that they need from any of the care providers that are available here in Peterborough. Anyway, it's just fun to be part of this group. We had a great time walking down the street and celebrating with everyone today. This is a good little opportunity to see what's going on and what's available out here. So I don't know if you saw, but we just grabbed some naloxone kits too, which are really handy to have. And you can get training over there at the Parn table. So that's something that as midwives we don't deal with very often, but we know it's a really important part of our community to support everyone. So yeah, we're just thrilled to be here. I think, well, we've been attending, as our clinic, we've been attending this parade, I think probably as long as it's been happening. Midwives have always been a big supporter of everybody, all families. In terms of what needs to change, I think that over the years we've seen lots of positive change in our community. Like this year, I was noticing there are a lot more people on the side of the road celebrating us, and speaking with people from other communities, they will have a parade, but they say that they don't necessarily have a lot of community support, like not a lot of people coming to the parade. So it's nice to see that Peterborough does have that. In terms of what needs to change, I think we just need to keep being more supportive of everybody, like just making sure that every single person
is free to express themselves, live their life, be supported by healthcare providers, access safe care.
I mean, I think that there's still lots of challenges. There's a lot of communities in Canada, not where we live necessarily, but in other places in Canada where people are not supported, and children especially are told that they can't be who they are. I think we're quite lucky in where we live, especially in Peterborough. Peterborough is a very open and loving place to be. But I do think that there's always room to grow, and I think just don't want to get too political, but there's always challenges when certain people are in power and feel that they get to make decisions about people's bodies. I think especially as midwives, we're big supporters of choice, and well, that actually just rounds it down to that. We just believe in choice. Oh, that's a big, big ask. I think just be who you are.
Be who you are, and we welcome whoever you are, and we are happy to care for you.
Yes, thank you very much, Abdul. My name is Peter Vach, and I'm a member of the International Socialists in the Nogojiwanong Peterborough branch. And I'm a retired trade unionist. I'm part of the CUPE Retirees Network, and I live in Douro-Dummer, and I'm here in solidarity with Pride Day. And we're talking to people about socialist ideas and how we can fight back for lesbian and gay liberation, how we can fight back against bigotry, and how we can build unity among working class people to take on the bigots and take on the powers that be, whether they be the employers, big corporations, or right-wing parties. Well, one of the challenges that I've just mentioned is the fight against hate. There's been a marked rise of the fight all over the world, mainly in Europe, and we can see it electorally. We've seen it with Trump and the states and the attacks on the rights of the LGBTQ community. And we've seen it here following the convoy in Ottawa in 2022, and the hate against LGBTQ communities and the attacks on drag queen storytime. And we as revolutionary socialists have been part of organizing people to fight against this. And in particular, organizing in the working class and trade unions and building that unity. And it's part of the work that we do in bringing LGBTQ workers into the main of the union. And as the right wing begins to segue towards hatred for immigrants and refugees, we are doing exactly the same. We are standing up and we say immigrants and refugees are welcome here, say no to racism, and for inclusion and building our struggle in our unions, because an injury to one is an injury to all, and we are stronger together. So Abdul, what we did in Peterborough is we organized as part of the Migrant Rights Network Days of Action from September 12th to the 15th. We were out in Peterborough in the 14th, and we were saying no to racism and yes to immigrants and refugees. And what we're also saying to Pierre Poilievre and Justin Trudeau is stop linking immigration and international students to housing. This is a poisonous road that you are taking down when Trudeau says we need less international students and there will be more housing. That is not true. Housing is the purview of real estate barons, of big developers, and of numbered companies, etc., rights, etc., real estate and magnates. And they're not interested in building rent to income, let alone affordable housing for people. Let's not blame immigrants and refugees for the housing crisis or any cost of living crisis. My message is let's build unity against the powerful. Let's all unite. We all have an interest as working class people for a better life. And corporations and the powerful have an interest in profit and in wars. We can see the war in Palestine, the genocidal war in Palestine. We need to unite and unite our struggles and unite ourselves in our unions and our workplaces to be able to create a force that can take on the powerful and their agendas. And if we want a livable world, free of racism, free of sexism, free of homophobia, and free of fossil fuels, because we need a world that we can actually survive in, and free of armaments and war, continual war, we need to build that kind of unity at the base, and that's what we're trying to do as revolutionary socialists.
जिनाज़ीन जीअं त तव्हां हितां जे माण्हुनि जी ॻाल्हि ॿोल ॿुधी ऐं हिते ख़ासि तौर ते जेके हितां जा लोकल माण्हू हुया, लोकल ऑर्गेनाइज़ेशन्स हुयूं, जंहिंमें हितां जा कॉलेज, यूनिवर्सिटियूं, उन्हनि जा मुख़्तलिफ़ जेके उहे फ्लोट्स तव्हांखे नज़र आया, हितां जा जेके मुख़्तलिफ़ दुकानदार हुया, जिन जिन शहरनि मां, जिन जिन जॻहुनि तां हितां ही माण्हू गुज़रनि पिया, उन जॻहुनि ते जेको आहे सो हुनखे प्रॉपर पुलिस जेको आहे सो प्रोटोकॉल ॾिए पई ऐं हिते बाक़ाइदा जेको आहे सो बैंड जो बंदोबस्तु कयो वियो हुयो त जेका बैंड आहे उहा हुननि खे बैंड प्रॉपर तरीक़े सां जेको आहे सो हुनखे हुननि जी ख़ुशीअ में जेको आहे सो शरीक हुई ऐं गॾोगॾु हितां जा जेके लोकल चर्चिस हुया उन्हनि जी जेका आहे हिननि सां गॾु जेके हिननि जी ख़ुशीअ में उहे बि हिननि सां हमदर्दी जी लाइ त जीअं असां बि तव्हां सां गॾु आहियूं त हितां कम्यूनिटी जी का बि अहिड़ी ऑर्गेनाइज़ेशन न हुई जेका हिननि सां गॾु न हुई ऐं हिन ख़ुशीअ जे अंदरि जेको आहे सो आख़िर में हिननि जिन जॻहुनि ते बाक़ाइदा हिकिड़ो म्यूज़िकल प्रोग्राम जो अरेंजमेंट कयो हुयो, म्यूज़िकल प्रोग्राम सां गॾोगॾु हिननि जेको आहे उते जेके मुख़्तलिफ़ स्टॉल लॻाया हुया, उते जेको आहे सो ॿारनि खे सेलिब्रेट करण जे लाइ मुख़्तलिफ़ जेके सिंगर्स जेके हिते घुराया हुया उन्हनि जेके मुख़्तलिफ़ अंदाज़ में जेको आहे सो हिननि खे भेटा पेश कई। सो जेकॾहिं पाण ॻाल्हि कयूं पाकिस्तान में ख़ासि तौर ते इन्ही कम्यूनिटी जे लाइ त यकीनन हिकिड़ो वॾे अफ़सोस जो मक़ाम आहे जेको मैसेज आहे अॼु प्रोग्राम जो या अॼु जेको ॾियण जो मैसेज आहे त यकीनन असांजी इन सोसाइटी में इन तरह जा कई किरदार रहनि था, पर जेकॾहिं असां उन्हनि किरदारनि खे पंहिंजी सोसाइटी में वेलकम कयूं त इहे सोसाइटी जे अंदरि रहंदड़ माण्हू अञा वधीक जेके आहिनि ख़ुशि थी करे ऐं पंहिंजी बहितर ऐं सुठी ज़िंदगी जेका आहे उहे गुज़ारे था सघनि। ख़ासि तौर ते हुकूमत पाकिस्तान जेकॾहिं इन्हनि अहिड़ी सोसाइटी जे लाइ का सोसाइटी क़ाइमु करे थी, उन्हनि जे लाइ के रूल एंड रेगुलेशन्स क़ाइमु कनि था त जीअं हू वधीक जेको आहे सो इंसान हुजण जी हैसियत सां गॾोगॾु पंहिंजी ज़िंदगी जेका आहे उहा आज़ादी सां जी सघनि। इन सां गॾु अॼु यानी हिन प्रोग्राम मां मूंखे इजाज़त ॾींदा। नेक्स्ट टाइम वरी मुलाक़ात थींदी, तेसीं ताईं अल्लाह निगहबान।